Good morning, crafty friends. Sparkle here. Today we are going to be working with the Snowdrops and Blossom, a spring kit from Rach and Bella Crafts. And I'm doing another little project for the design team for January. And what I'm going to be doing is a little envelope journal pocket flip. And we're using the window portion, and we just have some dried element in there. And it has room for tags, or you can make journal cards. Or another way you can use it is when it's assembled, when you're putting it together, if you don't sew or glue this page down, you can just line it with paper and it could be a book that way. But I chose to glue these down and make a pocket. Okay? I'm going to show you how to put this together. You're going to need a couple pieces of the kit printed on just copy paper, and single-sided is fine. That's going to be lining your card. And then I have a piece on cardstock so we can make some tags. And it also has these elements that I cut out, printed and cut out on cardstock. So that's basically all you're going to need. You'll need some glue. You'll need scissors, a ruler, and a pencil. Okay. So what I'm going to do is show you how I did this one. Now the important thing is to do when you're going through your old envelopes, you need to find two that match here, the window. So in other words, like these two wouldn't match because this is a half inch and this is like 3/4 inch. So you have to dig through, and I had to dig deep to find some that matched, okay? But I was able to find a match here, and I was able to find a match here. That's okay that this is crinkled. If I decide to use it, it'll straighten itself out. So it doesn't matter if the width is long because we can cut this, okay? But you need this to match the window part. So I found one here, and it's roughly put together. What I did was, I can't believe I did this. Let's take all this off. So you're going to take, after you cut them, okay, here's your envelope. I cut the bottom off. I just folded it up to where I thought would be a good measurement. So I just folded it like this. And then, you can cut this, you can open this. So once it's all open, you want to slide the second envelope in here so that it matches. I just added a little glue in here, a little wet glue, just so I know that everything matches. And I just inked around the windows for me. Okay. So on this one, I did the same thing. You put your two envelope window portion together and make sure they match as best you can. And I just glued it right down the seam with some wet glue. So that will house your little elements that you're going to put in here. If you want to put in here, or you can just cover this. You can cover the whole thing with paper if you don't want that to show. But I like that it shows in here, and I like the background of this paper peeking through. Okay. Now this one, I just pieced all this together. I cut and pasted strips and just glued, I cut a piece and glued it down. But this one, I was able to take a piece of the paper, and I roughly cut it out so that it's going to fit on here. Okay, we can, anything that doesn't fit, we can put something in there and make it fit. But once you get this part glued, you can put your element in. And I have these dried flowers that I got from Amazon, and they're just going to sit in there nicely. And they look like, they came like this. I find that putting them in a bin like this, you can get to them. Okay, so there's a lot of leaves and things like that. I'm going to use these in my seals, my wax seals. That's why I got these. I'm going to get some clear wax and do something with these next week. But yeah, it's got all these little stem pieces. And all these pieces that are little or look like scraps, these I'm going to use. I can sprinkle them onto my wax seals. So this is works best for these. Just put them in a little tray. So once you get that in there, where you want it, you can glue this piece down. Okay? This is just going to be sealed. This whole piece is going to be sealed. So we're decorating this, we're decorating the front, and we're decorating this. I am going to make a pocket out of mine, so we're going to glue this down and just decorate this. I'm not going to decorate the back because it's going to go in a journal glue down here. So you've got this sealed to make sure everything lines up. I inked around anything I thought might show. This is just sitting in here freely. It's not going to go anywhere. And now we're going to use some glue. I hope you can hear me. I'm trying to talk slower and louder. I've had complaints that people can't hear me, and I really don't know what to do about it. Okay. So we're going to get this down, and we're going to just make sure it's all stuck. Okay, so that's not going to go anywhere. And you can't see it that way, but that's not going to go anywhere now. That's in there. Okay, so again, your option is if you don't want anything there, just decorate the front however you wish. Now be mindful of whatever you put on here is going to show. So I chose that. I was going to use these cards because they fit nicely, but I didn't like, well, that one's not bad. I didn't like the look there, okay? Because you'd have to, but the butterfly's kind of cute. So you could play around with it. If you got it where you wanted it, you could do that. But I'm not going to do that. So then I took, like I said, I took my paper and I just put it on here and I sort of just marked and measured. But otherwise you could just cut and paste, like I could just cut this and glue this on and then cut a strip here. So you could do it however you wish. So I'm going to use a glue stick. I already know I have an issue up here, okay, because I cut this too short. So I'm going to dig through my scraps and find something that might work for that. This will be fine. So I'm just going to cut a little strip here. I might just put this down here first. Okay. So that when this goes on, you know, you'll see that there. You could put something on the edge if you want. I added lace to this edge, but you could put a piece of lace on here too if you wanted to disguise it. So let's just add some glue. Use my glue stick. And just find a point. And then I usually go through with my wet glue and touch up anything that needs reinforcement. And that should have went down a little bit more. And let's trim anything that's visible. Yeah, it's a little putsy, but I like putsy. Okay. I like the way that looks with the bird, the blue bird, and the flowers in there. Okay. Then let's buckle in a little bit. Let's put some glue down here. And then I did the same thing. I took another piece of copy paste printed, and I went over this and I measured it out. So it was a half inch here, and this was an inch. Yeah, so it's just a ballpark. But let's get this glued down. It's just a way to reuse your envelopes. I know there are lots of videos out there. I have seen this out there. Something similar. And then we'll take this one and carefully, I always just do the window part first. If you get it on the window, okay. So having said that, we got it all flush with the window. I'm just adding some to this bottom piece to reinforce it. I'm going to have to trim that again too because it shifted. I made it just a tad bigger. So let's just trim it. And by the time we stitch it and ink it, it's going to be beautiful. Let's put a little gap in piece in here. Oh, let's go this way. So, and like I said, you can either leave this and decorate both pieces so you have a little writing spot, or with some background paper, or do what I'm going to do and seal this shut so that you have a pocket. Okay, so I had stitched around this. I did not stitch around this for my pocket, but let's make the pocket and decide if we want to stitch on this. And I cut that because I thought, no, something wasn't get caught up there. So you just want to, again, be mindful of what you're placing behind here. Okay, so when I added that piece, it's showing a little bit up here. So this, I should have moved everything up a tad, but it's okay. It's okay, I can live with that. All right, so let's put this down, and then we'll sew and make some pockets. We have to ink everything. I'll ink it after I stitch it. And just be mindful of your paper if there's a pattern. Put a thumb hole up here. Okay, let's get some ink. I need it different. Let's try this makeup sponge here. Make sure everything is adhered real good. So there you have the bases of your little envelope journal. Um, I'm going to go stitch around this, 3 sides here, and then we'll come back and make a pocket. Okay, so we have some stitching done. It's inked up. I found a piece of scrap ribbon here, and I thought maybe I would put a piece on here just to cover this edge a little bit. So I'm not sure if I want to just glue it. Let me see how this is going to fly. This is just something I ripped off of something else, so. Let's just set it there between the stitching. That's fine. Just a rustic look. Okay. And we can put some bling on it if we want or whatever. Now let's see if we, no, I don't want to add these here because you can journal on here. So let's just make a, let's make a tag. So this is 4. So let's make a tag that's 3 by 5.5. So 3, 3. I want this part. So let's try 5.5. Let's see how that'll be in here. That'll be fine. And let's make another one that's a little taller. So 3. Make this one 6. And I want the top to show on this one, so let's go 6. So they could be a little bit staggered in there, okay? I need to fasten this side down here for a pocket. Just put that there for now. Okay, so let's make a tag up here, and let's ink these up a little bit. pile. And let's get some eyelets. Sorry. Whoa. Be very careful with that. Okay, gotta put it in, Lynn. Just give it a gentle squeeze. There you go. So these you can add on whatever you want and put them in the pocket. What am I doing? Oh my goodness, Lynn. Okay. We're just going to stagger them in there. And you could just put a clip on here for something of your choice. You can trim anything that doesn't meet your specifics. But there you go, my friends. Some adorable little envelopes. And like I said, you could add things to them. You could make pockets in here. You could put this down here and make another pocket or a pocket there. But just, be careful of what's showing through there. I like them just to show the flower. Okay? So I hope you tried. I hope you enjoyed that. And I wanted to show you what I did while I was trying to get organized real quick. So you all have all your bits and stuff that you've been sorting. So I just sorted mine in baggies. Like I have my flowers, my Tim Holtz dies or cutouts, some embellishments that are ready made. Like all my butterflies are in here. So I just put everything in these baggies, and then I went to Dollar Tree and I got these little baskets that collapse, and these fit nicely in here. Okay, so I have these sitting to the side of my desk, and I could just grab them because they're for, I know where all my postage stamps are in one, my butterflies are in one, my bows, whatever. And then they had the flatter ones, and this has all my paper scraps. So when I'm done today with all my bits that I didn't use, just going to go in here. And that goes to the side of my desk. So I feel like I've made some progress here. I feel like I've got some organization going on for 2022, and that's a good thing. So I pray you all have a blessed, beautiful day, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye.